one of the most popular dishes in Japan, and today I will tell you everything I know about ramen. Let's go! So let's start at the Ramen Museum in Shin-yokohama. This is approximately 1 hour train ride from Tokyo Station, or if you take the Shinkansen, 18 minutes. We on the other hand parked at the small car park here, and there was an EV charging station for our hybrid car. We paid 250 yen parking fee and 310 yen per person entrance fee to the museum. After you enter the museum, there is a little machine where you put your parking card in and you get a discount. We were approximately 2 hours in the museum. On the day we arrived, there was a cosplay event. There are so many different kinds of ramen in Japan. The father of the ramen is the Chinese noodle dishes, and the mother is the Japanese food culture. So ramen is basically a soup with Chinese style wheat noodles and various ingredients. So the broth is either pork, fish, or chicken, or vegetable. Vegetable in recent years seems to be the latest trend because of the vegetarians or vegan tourism in Japan. I for myself only know about pork and chicken. Even the fish ramen I have never tried. So you have the broth. The next is you can choose basically between 3 seasoning, either salt, miso, or soya based. And in the Ramen Museum they have beside here, as you can see, Tonkotsu. But tonkatsu, I always thought it's the tonkatsu like the fried pork you put on top, but no, it's based on how they make the broth. It's basically made of pork bones. So it comes back to the base, just made of pork or just the bones you make the broth of. And then the next is the toppings. In general, I have spring onions, katsubushi, which is made of dried bonito fish, some ginger, and menma. It is basically bamboo seaweed. Chashu, meat, and an egg. This is basically how they make the ramen, and in every region in Japan they have their own specialty of ramen. So let's go back to the Ramen Museum. The Ramen Museum has 3 floors, and at the entrance you will find a wall describing the history of ramen.
This is a souvenir shop and I found it very interesting. I bought a few things for my boys as Christmas gift, just small things, because we already sent some cash to the honeys. In the Hokkaido region, you will find a lot of different kind of ramen, and I will list here only three. This is Sapporo Miso ramen. The next one is Hakodate shio or salt ramen, and the third one is Muroran curry ramen, which is sweet and spicy. The next region is Shubu, and there is a very famous ramen from Nagoya, Taiwan ramen, which is named after the chef who is from Taiwan, but it's not original from Taiwan. And this is spicy or a little spicy. Some say they are very spicy. I assume the broth is made from pork, but I'm not really sure about it because I couldn't find anything. Toppings is minced pork, nira, bean sprouts, leek, and dobanjang oder toban, and garlic. Toban is very spicy. So next is the Kansai region, and I found in Wakayama the Wakayama ramen. The broth is made of pork again. It's tonkotsu, so just from the bones and shoyu. Then we have the Shugoku region. There's the Onomichi ramen, which is a little bit fatty. The broth is done from seafood, pork and chicken. The seasoning is soya sauce. They have as topping roasted pork, benin shoga, red ginger, spring onion and bean sprout. So then comes the Kyushu region. I feel they have a lot of different kind of ramen, and here I introduce only three. And this is the Hakata ramen, which is basically tonkotsu, roasted pork as topping, garlic, sesame, beni shoga. Then we have Kitakata ramen. Again, is tonkotsu, but in this case, pork, chicken, fish and shell. So, wow. And then we have Kurume ramen. This is again tonkotsu from pork. And here as topping we have bamboo sprout, seaweed, egg, spring onion, roasted pork. And then there is Okinawa soba ramen. The noodles are more like udon noodles, and the broth is pork and fish. Seasoning is shoyu or soya sauce, and toppings is katsuobushi or bonito fish flakes, kelp, pork rib, and pig trotters. And of course, there is more ramen. But I want to stop here and just mention this Kagoshima ramen from Kyushu, Tsukemen, Hiyashi ramen, Nagasaki champion, and Sanratanmen.
And the best thing what you can do, if you're not vegetarian or vegan or anything, you can eat whatever you want, then just ask what is the specialty of this region or the shop.